So what's important here is that as we go back, go ahead and go back real quick.
Go back.
Yeah, bring this back. All right, bring it back. So both of you did it. You guys know what you, so tell me the difference, all right? Tell me the difference. See it? What is it? All right, get this away. We keep this structured. We're going to reach for our nose. While keeping this, you're going to reach for our nose until you feel stretch without moving this. And then you're going to keep stretching, and you're going to go to a Chun style, which is a circular hand translation. And then we're going to go to a Wu Sao. When we go to the Wu Sao, right here, I'm going to still keep this, but watch my Wu Sao. When I point it out, you see how it kind of pulls it in a little bit? Not a lot, but a little bit. So what's important here is that as we go back, go ahead and go back real quick.
Go back.
Yeah, bring this back. All right, bring it back. So both of you did it. You guys know what you, so tell me the difference, all right? Tell me the difference. See it? What is it? Hope you're enjoying the content. If you do, please like and subscribe. It'd be very much appreciated. Also, if you're looking for some custom designed Energy Wing Chun t-shirts, please click in the description below. Thank you again, and back to the video.
You drew the elbow down low to get back to your center line right here. When you drop it like this,
I didn't drop it.
Structure.
Ready? I didn't drop it.
But the first movement that you did, the second one, yeah.
Good. The difference. One is wrist. All right? Okay, this is, I'm just pulling back with the wrist. If I pull back with the wrist, all right, there is no forward energy to protect me. When I pull back with elbow, so I'm not pulling it down, I'm just pulling it back. But elbow is controlling, not this, I'm doing this. Do you feel the difference? And the reason why is because another principle that you're besides the Wu Sao, the technique, besides the right distance, but what you're learning is two separating energies. And so when I'm here and I pull back with my elbow, I can still maintain forward energy here, yet still going back. Because remember, if someone attacks me, right, so let me grab Michael real quick. All right, so he does Wu Sao, right, so let's just put this way, put this way. I'll put this fist here. Okay. Yeah, okay, all right. So if he pulls back with his wrist, so just move your wrist back, he broke. All right, was I using a lot of strength? No. Not that much, right? Now, if he does it correctly and he moves his elbow and he points this to his nose, right? So move your elbow and I go to push on him. Does that feel much better?
Yeah.
Right? Because the reason why is as he pulls his back, see how his hand almost kind of pops out right here? That's projecting energy or some kind of resistance going forward, right? And to maintain that resistance, because remember, we're attacking and defending at all times. This is the attacking, right? And this is the passive, right? This is the aggressive side because there's forward energy, and this is going back. So you have literally one energy going here, and then from the elbows, one's going back. So it's looking like this. So as he's going back with his elbow, if he maintains this, he can still have some resistance to protect you, because you don't know when the attack is coming. Right, you see that? So if he goes wrist again, if he just goes wrist and pulls it back, look how easy that breaks. I'm not using a lot of strength. Imagine if someone punched you with that, right? And if he does it correct and he moves his elbow back and he just moves his elbow back and I come in, see how much harder, like the same amount of energy, he did not totally collapse. You feel the difference?
Yes.
Right? And so if you do it right and you have it pointed to your nose, it will have a bounce. You see how that naturally bounces? That is what's protecting him from collapsing. So just, yeah, if you go, right? So see how it doesn't have any bounce? It just kind of like hits your face, right? This is why you have to have this, because now he's able to control. Because now he has forward energy. Now see how he can do something with that potentially. Maybe he can come over elbow.
And then as you build it up.
As you build and you stretch. So another big thing, that's why like when you did this, do you feel tight here?
No.
You don't feel tight?
No.
Okay, good.
I feel
He feels tight. Do you feel tight anywhere?
Yeah, right here.
Because it feels, yeah, so you want to make sure you go like this. You should feel something.
I feel the stretch.
Yeah, the stretch, the stretch, the stretch and the tightness, right? The reason why you feel the stretch is because it's tight. So you want because right now he's stretching out this ligament, right? He's learning how to control his hands in this position, stretching out his ligament. And then if it's tight up here, and you'll probably, because if you don't do it often, then other parts might get tight. You might feel some in here or here, right? So over time you do, it's like doing splits. If you were to practice doing splits for 2 or 3 years, you get probably, boom, no problem. Same thing. The more he practices his splits, but in this in this technique, it has natural bounce. Did you do anything? Did you do anything? Did you resist it?
No.
See how it works? Yeah. So if I go boom, now can you feel how much energy I'm giving you?
Yes, I can feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can feel it now.
Yeah, you can feel it. It's not you're resisting me. Just keep this. Accept it. Yeah, then you can do something with it later. All right, so we're there. And then where do we stop as we're coming back? Remember, elbow moves back. Where do we stop? One fist away here. Why?
Because we don't want to be collapsed. We still want to be able to move forward.
Correct. If you practice like this, and let me grab Michael again, and his Wu Sao is to his body like this, well, now he's completely trapped. If he's here, so if you did it to mine, and he pushes it back to here, right, well, so now I still have the ability to maybe move off. But if I'm here, I'm so close, and he pushes on it, it's a lot harder, see? It's a lot, that's also now to my structure, right? So if I'm here, I can still absorb what he's giving me, and I can move. All right, so, and then this is later on a warning, once you get to here, from my fist and in, that's where we start to use, and he's doing it already, Buji, okay, emergency. Okay, that means your structure has been broken, compromised, okay, and we have to, now, a lot of the techniques that we learned in Form 1 and Form 2, you need to go to Form 3. Yeah, it sounds more complicated than it is, but if you understand the structure, like what a good structure is first, then later on it becomes easier to be like, oh, now that's broken, now what do I do? But if you don't even understand good structure, or how it should look and feel, then you'll never be able to get to the point where you can decipher when do I use, say, Buji versus when do I not. For the first Forms 1 and 2, it's all about structure, and correct body placements. And then later on, we would use it. Okay, does that make sense? So we go here. Because I still have space to do stuff. Once it's here, this hand, it's hard for me to do stuff anymore. Or it's, even if I needed to get this hand inside, once it's here, I can't go underneath, right? It's closed. So this is the last point. Now, it can be anywhere from my fist and out until it hits inside that fist. Then you know alarm bells are starting to go off because now your structure is compromised or invaded. All right? Does that make sense? All right? So then we pull that back, and then we're dropping the Fuq Sao. Actually, no. So Fuq Sao, let's talk about Fuq Sao real quick, and then we'll go back to the elbow positioning. So when we drop Fuq Sao, here you just want to keep the same thing. It's going to drop it. So you want to relax that hand like you're going to like completely let it droop. Okay? The reason why is we don't want to use wrist. So we're going to practice a lot of things. Even here, I'm not using wrist. If I was using wrist, it'd be too tight. That's why it's not too tight. So when we drop it, we want to relax it like you just let a dead fish. Okay? The wrist stays on my center line. See that? As it's dead fish, because again, we want to stretch ligaments, part of Sil Lim Tao. We want to put the two fingers, my thumb and my index fingers together without activating the wrist too much. Just try to keep it. So you'll start to feel tension maybe around here, like it's tight, not stretching, not tension, but right, tension, stretch. All right, and so then, while not pushing with the wrist back, try to use your fingers and pull it back to your center versus pushing it here. Try to use those fingers and pull back. All right, and then you want to try to keep it relaxed, but keep that structure there. Okay, the arm positioning. And we're going to keep that on the line. And then again, we're going to push out with the elbow. While this, see how it stays on the line? I could do this. That's wrong. No structure behind it. We're going to explain why in a minute. But if you keep it in, rub your body, push it out, that should stay right on the line. Once you get, again, a fist away, outside Hyun Sao to a Fuq Sao, to a Wu Sao. And then we're going to pull it back. Same thing 3 times. And then we're going to go We're gonna finish up here real quick. We're gonna go inside Pak Sao. You're gonna go here and back. Now, again, we're using elbow, not wrist. I can activate with my hand, like I'm gonna strike somebody and push with this, or I can do this. And I want my elbows going there and back. Because if you use wrist and it's tense, well then your arm tends to be tense, okay? So we wanna keep the structure, elbow pushes here to your armpit, roughly, and again it pushes back. And then you're gonna go palm strike. So typically in the beginning, I'll tell you to do this, so you're stretching, you feel stretching that a little bit, you feel stretchy here, and then you hand out. See how it also stays on my line? When I go to open my hand to finish, see how it also stays on my line? It's not out here, it's here. My Hyun Sao, it stays on the line. Very important. As we go to Hyun Sao, this arm stays straight. The elbow points down as much as you can. You don't, because if you do that and you keep pointing it down, you should feel stretches all throughout the arm. If you do this and watch my elbow, see how it turned out? Tell me how nice that feels, like there's no tension at all, no stretching. Okay, you don't want that. You want to stretch those ligaments. Yeah, you feel it? Feel it? So how you turned your elbow? Were you meant to? Yeah, okay, so keep it down. And you should feel, hold on. So okay, with this, keep that straight. It's hard, right? Okay, keep it straight. Point to your nose, like you're gonna grab your nose. It's tight. Okay, don't make a fist yet. Now, turn it while keeping, now, Hyun Sao. It's tight. Yeah, you want that. If you're gonna do it, might as well take that extra step and get that extra stretch. Because the more you stretch your ligaments, the more quiet you move over time and smooth. Right? Because if you activate things and it's tight, there's more jiggling, or you can feel it. There's more tells. Like if you play poker, there's a tell because you have to activate and you're not. It's like if you can't do the splits and I push you down, what will you do? You're like, I can't do the splits, and I'm like, oh, you're gonna do the splits, and I grab your shoulders and I start to push you down. What happens? Are you just gonna let me push you down, or are you gonna resist me? You're gonna resist it because it freaking hurts. Okay? So, and then what are you gonna, so from a pusher, if I push you, what am I gonna feel most likely from your side? Like a shaking from you, and a resistance. But imagine if and you could do the splits and I push you down, I will feel nothing because it's so relaxed, it's smooth. Okay, so that's what we're trying to do, is get our ligaments to be able to do splits. That way it feels smooth, there's no resistance. Before we leave, let's finish. So why is it important to get elbow positioning? We're gonna test why the elbow real quick before we go. We're gonna use Michael real quick, and then we'll use Eddie. All right. Okay, so if he's fully extended, right, he's not one fist away. We'll start off here because that's what he gave me. Okay. If I just lean on him, he falls, right? I'm gonna lean on you again. You know it's coming, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna lean on him again, and he knows it's coming yet, he still falls. So now let's say his elbow is not one fist away, and I lean on him, what happens? He can't hold me. And I'm not leaning heavy, I'm just dropping my weight. Now, if he does it right, so we're gonna horse stance real quick, and he has one fist away, relax that elbow, here, okay? And don't lean, is he leaning? So I'm just going to lean on him, and so all I want you to do is stay relaxed and concentrate, just pushing a little bit from the elbow. And let me, more elbow, that's it, more out, that's it. Can hold it now.
I understand.
So what it is, it's structure based. Okay, so does that feel different?
Yeah.
How much stronger, how much more energy did you use on the last one?
Not as much.
Not as much, and you were able to hold me, right? Okay, so let's try it on Eddie. Okay, so let's try it on Eddie. So I'm gonna have he's gonna do it and you're gonna lean on him. Okay. Actually, let's just say, if he's fully extended, okay, we're just gonna test, make sure we're not lying. He's gonna lean on you and a lot of weight. Yeah. Okay. And he's not like pushing, he's just kind of dropping on you. Okay, same thing. And we're just gonna do, now, not one fist away, kind of collapse, and then, so Michael wants to come up here. Okay. And so he's gonna lean on you again.
I can actually hold it a lot better, but it's still kind of
Right, you're using a lot of strength.
Yeah.
Now, if we do it based on this form, is there a necklace here you wanna, it's okay. So if you keep one fist away. So now the goal is not to use strength. If you use strength and you tense up, you will break. So now just imagine like I'm holding this and I'm pushing it a little bit, very lightly. Okay, go. It's okay. You don't. Yeah. So can you push here? Yeah. There it goes. Now there you got it. You feel the difference now?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I bet you can even drive through the elbow like a handing flowers from the elbow. Ah, look. Huh. Okay. Right. Now if you tried it any other way. Okay. Now earlier you said, oh, that was pretty good, right? Okay. Okay. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Get ready. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. He's gonna leave. Now I want you to push him off.
It's hard. To
Very
get
hard.
off, yeah.
How much more energy are you using?
A lot more.
A lot more. So the positioning of that is a structural thing. Of course, with your horse, right? If you did it without the horse, it would, you'll break as well, to some extent. It'll take a little longer, but you still need the whole thing to. That's why we learn in the Sil Lim Tao, another thing is structure, right? Structure here, structure of the arm, structure of your body, it's a very structural based form. That's why it's very important, right? They call it the ABCs of the forms, right? Because you ever heard me say that? You ever heard about the analogy? No. Okay, so Sil Lim Tao is translated into little idea, correct? And if it's a little idea, why is it called little idea? Because every time you, as you start to progress through the system, you will start to realize, oh man, I didn't realize that before. That's a new idea, a little one. That, wow, if I understand that now and I can work at it, my Wing Chun improves. And you will have that throughout your Wing Chun journey. I felt it. I'm sure every one of them have felt it. If they didn't, they're lying because it's 100% true. That's why I call it little idea. And so a lot of people use the analogy, it's like the ABCs.